Ex-girlfriend and we were living together after the breakup, but after she brought a guy to the house, I told her to move out. Did I do the right thing? My ex and I were together for 8 months. The spark between us for the first 7 months was incredible. We had a ridiculous amount in common and loved more in that short while than any other woman I've been with. She moved into the house I rent when we were 4 months into our relationship. We started renovations together. She surprised me with a puppy and we had great plans for the future. Unfortunately, we started having issues in February. She worked 80 hours a week and I worked nights till 1 a.m. So, it kind of worked out for a while. But then she stopped working her night job and had all of this free time I couldn't indulge in with her. She started going dancing more and more, going out for karaoke more and more, and joined a band. All stuff I wanted to be involved in, and honestly should have made more of an effort. She wanted me to be involved, but the events were always during the week. She stopped texting me so much, stopped Snapchatting me, and asking me to go to events with her. She dropped some warning signs here and there, but I've been struggling with depression for years, and it tends to cloud my judgment. She didn't take the time to pull me aside and tell me what's bothering her, to tell me what needs to change. So fast forward to the final Saturday as a couple. We got into a few minor fights during the day, and she took off to go to work on what was supposed to be our only day together. She ended up going out with friends after and not coming home till 1 a.m., which is when I confronted her. We broke up right then and there. She highlighted her supposed reasons and told me what I need to change. Told me there'd be a chance to reconcile down the line maybe, if the spark came back. Cried her eyes out, told me she'll always love me and wants to stay friends. She moved upstairs. We coexisted for a few days with no issue, and I truly went into an overhaul to fix my shortcomings, mostly for myself, but a part of me wanted to do it for her, to win her back and prove I could change. I'm still going strong on this. I've gotten back into shape, am going to counseling for depression, and am keeping my anger in check, amongst other more trivial things. Fast forward to the last week and a half. One morning I hear fumbling coming down the stairs and rush to see what the commotion is. She slams the front door shut, faces me and smiles before asking, "What's wrong?" I see a guy running across the street. It's a guy who happens to be her dance instructor, who I've known of since at least the fall. Previously, she had told me she wanted this guy to give me dance lessons. She swears nothing happened. In my heart, I know that's not true, but trying to keep my anger in check, I let it slide. This guy came over at least 5 more times that I saw, and they were quite clearly a thing. She told me she wanted to stay away from flings and relationships for a while, but here she is bringing another man into the home we built to share. We are broken up at this point, but it is the most evil of acts for me. My heart is shattered. I don't need to even go through a list of what was racing through my head, the betrayal and hurt I felt. Finally, after consulting with my family and friends, I approached her this past Wednesday night. Her and the new guy had been practicing dance in the living room, which was exceedingly painful for me to see. I asked her to talk alone and I told her all of the things I felt, the regret, the lingering love, the hope of reconciliation. And I told her that I know it is what it is, but I need her out by the 1st. I told her I can't move on from her if she's a constant presence in my life, and that what she did was absolutely and entirely inconsiderate. She flipped out and actually suggested that I move out even though she's not on the lease. I reiterated my point and informed her that my landlord will unquestionably back me entirely. So, it has been rocky since then. She has barely been home, barely spoken to me unless it's to vent about how hard it is to find a place in such a short time. Realistically, I could have thrown her out on the street without warning, but I still care about her, about the love we had. I just can't exactly forgive her for bringing a guy home to put in my face, never mind the specifics of who, when I'm mourning the loss of the supposed greatest thing that's ever happened to me. She even spoke of doing renovations in the house to fit their needs. It was our house, our plans. Now it is only mine. She has, oddly enough, been liking everything I post on social media. New pictures of me, videos of the puppy, and my outings with friends. I also have a moderately successful poetry account on Instagram, and she keeps liking every poem I post. She has always loved my writing. Only now, at least a few writings are about us and the breakup and she's liking them. Like, WTF? I'm just trying to be strong and dodge every curveball she tries to throw. Did I do the right thing? Should I ever forgive her? My heart and mind are torn. Top comments. You totally did the right thing. You can forgive someone and realize that you can't have them in your life. Don't get excited over the social media crap. It means nothing. She told you how she felt about you when she started bringing the other guy over. That was solely meant to hurt you. Leave the trash at the curb where it belongs. My brother and sister feel that she is a narcissist. They've suspected so since the beginning, but I didn't see it. Now, in retrospect, it all makes sense. How she constantly craved attention and looked elsewhere when it was convenient. How she invested so much into the relationship when it was convenient for her. How she dropped me like it was no big deal. Then the subsequent acts. Everyone who has been comforting me has stated that if she ever truly cared about me, she would never have brought the guy home. She would have at least kept it out of the house. She stopped texting me so much, stopped Snapchatting me, and asking me to go to events with her. Also, just in case you hadn't figured it out already, this is about the time she started sleeping with her dance instructor. I know. I mean, I don't have proof, but it's clear cut. Not even a question. Update, 2 days after the first post. She found a place. Now she asked if the guy who was the catalyst in breaking us up can come over and help her pack tonight while I'm at work. I don't know how to feel about that. On one hand, she's progressing her departure from my home. At the same time, I don't want him in my home. I don't even want to see him.